Indianapolis, Indiana, capital city of a state where basketball is the game. This is the Indianapolis War Memorial, a short distance from where the ABA Championship Series was to begin, and Indianapolis was a fitting site. In all of professional basketball, only 4 teams representing the 4 largest cities in America outdrew the Indiana Pacers. Indiana was the powerhouse of the ABA, while the Stars surprised everyone by making it to the playoffs. Both teams employed fast-breaking offenses led by small but exceptionally quick guards like Stars rookie Mac Calvin. 2 classy ball handlers teamed in the Indiana back line, Bill Keller and Fred Lewis. Game 1 typified how the series was to go, with a 3-point shot like Merv Jackson's a primary part of both offenses. Under coach Bob Leonard, the Pacers were a well-balanced team with fine shooters. Bob Nedelicki's hook shot had been hard to defense all year. One of the highlights of the Stars' offense was forward George Stone, a classic jump shooter. The Stars employed a Boston Celtic-type fast-break offense, which often began with a pass from center Craig Raymond. Under Bill Sharman, the Stars were an aggressive unit. That hustle is illustrated by 6'5" forward Bob Warren. After missing from the outside, Warren sprints inside and taps in a follow-up shot. Foul trouble kept Indiana's big man Mel Daniels on the bench much of the first half, and 7-foot Craig Raymond of the Stars took advantage. But Daniels' backup man, Art Becker, came off the bench to give Indiana inside effectiveness. And at the half, the Pacers led by 5 points. Third quarter, and Craig Raymond hits again. Indiana's bench strength was much in evidence. Veteran Tom Thacker, number 44, made a big contribution at both ends of the floor with 13 rebounds and 6 assists. Off a pass from Thacker, Roger Brown of Indiana sets up 5'10" Bill Keller for an inside shot on the 7-foot Raymond. The Stars kept the score tight with the 3-point home run. Bob Warren hits it. Then Merv Jackson drills in another.
And Jackson gets his second home run of the evening.
Reserve strength helped maintain Indiana's narrow lead. Tom Thacker banks in a jump shot. Then John Barnhill, on a give-and-go with Bill Keller, hits off the run. One of the big questions for Los Angeles, could the aching ankles of George Stone hold up under the stress of a championship series? Leading by 2 points at the end of 3 quarters, Indiana pulled away in the 4th. Bill Keller connected on 2 3-point shots. And Mel Daniels came off the bench to score 16 of his 18 points in the final 12 minutes. Named the ABA's most valuable the preceding year, Daniels took command of the backboard. Clearing here to set up Keller for the second home run. Los Angeles couldn't stop Mel Daniels, and Indiana won the first game 109-93. What the 3-point shot means to ABA basketball is explained by Stars coach Bill Sharman.
We have added the home run in basketball, where now any of the players that shoot from behind 25 feet gets the 3 points instead of the 2.
The overhead camera gives us a good illustration of the ABA's home run. Any shot like this by Merv Jackson, taken outside the 25-foot perimeter, counts 3 points. Now Indiana comes back down the floor, and guard Fred Lewis sets up a 3-point shot attempt with this pass. No good, but Lewis puts a shot up from just inside the perimeter off the rebound, good for 2 points.
It gives the little man more of a chance to balance up his value in the game compared to the big man. There's no doubt about it that your big centers dominate the game with the rebounding, block shots, starting the fast break. But if we can get more of the guards and the little men hitting this 3-point basket or the home run, that certainly it's going to add an awful lot to their value. And the thing that makes it so exciting, it's a little bit of something extra any time of the ball game. It doesn't have to be the last 2 minutes of the game to get the fans excited.
The Indiana Fairgrounds Coliseum was the site of Game 2. Bill Keller hit early from the outside. The Stars demonstrated the style of play that carried them from last place early in the season to the ABA title series. George Stone stays with it until the ball finally drops through. But this was a game in which Indiana's big men were to prevail. After a feed from Roger Brown, Nedelicki missed the hook, but Daniels stuffed the rebound. Mel Daniels' strength off the offensive board was evident again as he follows up another missed shot for another Pacer field goal. And Bill Sharman's expression tells the story of what his team was up against. The Stars would not be beaten easily. Hustle and the three-point shot carried them to a halftime lead. After Bill Keller stole the ball for Indiana, Bob Warren took it back, and Merv Jackson connected for a home run. Jackson, who went on to score 28 points in this game, is a shooter. When left open from the outside, Merv Jackson delivers. Sharman's strategy and the Stars' consistent shooting gave them a 10-point lead early in the third quarter. Whenever they got the opportunity, the Stars would take the long shot, like this by Mac Calvin. But as game 2 wore on, Indiana's big men were the difference. Mel Daniels taps in 2 of his 31 points. Running mate Bob Nedelicki pops 2 more. Nedelicki finished the game as the most productive scorer with 32 points. The Los Angeles offense continued to free jump shooters like George Stone. But Mel Daniels on the inside was more than the Stars' defense could handle. When the Stars' defense dropped back to double-team Daniels, Bill Keller was left free for a long shot from the corner. Bill Sharman felt the Pacers' offensive rebounding was the difference in this game. While Indiana's strength was inside, the Stars continued to go for the outside shot. Bob Warren hits. But soon the 10-point lead had gone. Mel Daniels' jumper tied the game midway through the fourth quarter at 96 all. Bob Nedelicki's shooting was spectacular. He hit on 10 consecutive attempts from the field. And with the game in the final seconds, Indiana led by 1 point. With the clock running out, the Stars had a chance to go ahead. But the shot fell short, and Bob Nedelicki rebounded and was fouled. Teammate Mel Daniels was shaken up on the play, but Nedelicki calmly walked to the other end of the floor to drop 2 free throws that would ultimately decide this game.
When the first shot went in, I was real confident, and the second shot went in, and there's just something mentally that you know you got the game won, and we did it.
Mac Calvin's attempt to tie the game with a three-point shot fails. Indiana wins game 2, 114-111. Indiana's Bob Leonard is an intense coach. He first came to prominence as an All-American guard at Indiana University. With Bob Leonard leading the way in backcourt, Indiana teams won 2 Big Ten titles, and in 1953, the national championship.
One up for Artie. And then bring it across the top. Watch your pass across the top. Let's go to the hoop. Now, we got 1 team foul. How many fouls Billy got? Let's bring it down this side here. Ollie. Stay up. Get your hands up, Art. Now, let's move that ball and hit that open man. Now, go for Freddie. Hurry up.
Following a 7-year career as an NBA player, Bob Leonard came to the Pacers, and in 1969 was named ABA Coach of the Year.
Got it? Now, come on, let's go. Let's keep fronting. Let's keep playing this thing. Don't give them those three-point shots. Let's go. Come on now.
The 2 teams then flew to the West Coast, with Indiana leading the best-of-7 series 2-0. The Pacers jumped off to a commanding lead in Game 3. The Stars didn't hit often. Meanwhile, Roger Brown's shooting and deft passing led the way for Indiana. He assisted Bill Keller from the outside, and then fed Mel Daniels inside, as the Pacers took command by 21 points in the first quarter. The Stars couldn't buy a basket, while the Pacers made it look easy. Stars coach Bill Sharman had much to go over with his team at halftime. Sharman's halftime discourse was effective. The Stars moved the ball quickly to free their fine outside shooters, who'd shown very little in the first half. It was a totally different ball game in the second half. George Stone couldn't miss. And the Stars following sensed an upset. Indiana began forcing shots. This one by Bill Keller was good. The real story of Game 3 was George Stone. He would bring Los Angeles to its first win in the championship series with a 31-point game, 27 coming in the second half. Los Angeles had it all going right. After a phenomenal first half, Indiana's shooting was off, and the Stars' fast break finally tied the score with Anderson on the payoff end. George Stone continued to hit from the outside.
Good job on defense.
7-foot Craig Raymond assisted nicely, throwing inside to Tom Washington. He could hardly believe it himself. Bob Nedelicki finally hit a shot for Indiana, but a charging violation turned the ball back to Los Angeles. For Bob Leonard and the Pacers, it was turning into a long night. The Stars continued to work the ball until they hit the free man, and that was usually George Stone. Indiana needed points fast, and Fred Lewis responds here with a home run. The Stars' offense was simple. Work the ball, then get it to George Stone. He took care of the rest. Indiana made it close after a steal by Daniels when Fred Lewis hit a three-pointer. But Los Angeles was not to be denied, and the Stars took Game 3, 109-106, and now trailed in the series 2-1. Bill Sharman was voted ABA Coach of the Year, along with Denver's Joe Belmont.
Defense is straight now. I don't know why we can't get in front of the guy.
Bill Sharman of the Stars had always been a winner. As a collegian, Bill Sharman was twice an All-American at Southern California.
Change sides. The only way we're going to get it back is to play it smart. Don't try to jump over him. Get your hand on the guy. Now let's try to get down low so they don't penetrate. That's where we get mixed up. Then when Tom has to switch or somebody, that's when Daniels is on that board every time.
5 times, Bill Sharman was an All-Pro with the Boston Celtics, playing on 4 NBA championship teams.
Remember what I told you? Now pass off and move. Listen, we get this and we're only down 7. That's what we wanted at the quarter anyhow. Although we got 2.5 minutes to go.
Bill Sharman, an outstanding athlete. He might be even better as a coach. The story of Game 4 is told in this opening sequence as Roger Brown hits the three-point play. Called by some the new Elgin Baylor, Brown is the toughest player in the ABA one-on-one. Teammate Bob Nedelicki has exceptional moves for a big man. George Stone continued to hit for the Stars as they kept the game tight. But oh, that Roger Brown. His quick hands are equally productive in assisting teammates. Fred Lewis, home run. Bill Keller can also deliver from the outside. Despite Brown's heroics, the Stars kept it close as Anderson assists Craig Raymond. As it has been throughout the championship series, the three-point shot has been the big weapon for Los Angeles. Again, Mac Calvin's ball handling sets up the three-point shot as Bob Warren delivers from the outer perimeter. It's been said of Roger Brown, his moves mesmerize the opposition. Tom Thacker off the rebound. The Pacers led by just 1 point at the half. As the second half opened, the Stars continued their quick passing offense. Center Craig Raymond was effective inside. Roger Brown, on the way to a record 53-point production, personally dominated Indiana's offense. Left free, Roger Brown capitalized on the home run.
3-point
With the Indiana defense covering George Stone closely, the Stars went to the backcourt for their points. Mac Calvin hits the three-point play. Roger Brown's defense was also very instrumental in the Pacers' fourth game victory. Mac Calvin frees himself again in the key. But late in the fourth quarter, Indiana breaks the game open. Thacker for 3 points. And then it's Roger Brown to the end. His phenomenal totals: 15 two-point field goals in 21 attempts, 3 home runs, 14 of 16 free throws, 13 rebounds, 53 points. Game 4, Pacers 142, the Stars 120. It took Roger Brown many years to get his chance in pro basketball, but in a very short time, Brown has established himself as one of the game's truly outstanding players. Now they're back in Indianapolis from Los Angeles for Game 5 of the championship series. The big question now is, can the Pacers maintain their momentum and win it before this big home crowd and national television audience? Rookie guard Mac Calvin was the Stars' prime mover in Game 5. He started with an assist to Craig Raymond. Calvin made up for the lack of size with quickness and excellent ball handling. To Jackson, home run.
Yes.
To Stone, 3 more. No one wanted to win at Indianapolis more than Bob Leonard. George Stone, how do you stop it? The Indiana backline players combined for points. Fred Lewis to Bill Keller. Before the sellout crowd at the Indianapolis Coliseum, the marvelous shooting display continued. Merv Jackson to George Stone. In Game 5, the lead changed hands on 16 occasions, with the score tied 14 times. The Indiana players, when tied up, invariably look for Roger Brown, who seems always to be free. He scored 39 points. Mac Calvin of the Stars penetrated consistently with his quick ball handling, freeing himself for 33 points. Roger Brown plays tough. Willie Wise hits the deck as Brown moves in to score. The aggressive play of Mac Calvin, the former Southern California captain, is well illustrated here. Intercepting the ball, he flips it into Merv Jackson. It's quickly back to Calvin for a banking jump shot. Another quick guard, Fred Lewis of the Pacers, takes it all the way for a 3-point shot that brings almost 11,000 Hoosiers to their feet just before the half. Bill Sharman felt the Stars' acquisition of center Craig Raymond was the turning point in the season.
Go ahead.
Indiana pivot man Mel Daniels comes right back to score on Raymond. As quarterback of the Stars' offense, Mac Calvin leads the way with his lightning-fast dribble. In this game, when a man wasn't open, it was Calvin who was hitting from the outside. With Roger Brown, the defensive player is in a dilemma. Play him tight and he'll drive, stay back, and he hits the 3-pointer. A quick handoff from Calvin frees George Stone, and his jump shot is home again. Indiana goes in front by 4 when Nedelicki finds Keller free. Then the Pacers clear aside to let Nedelicki go one-on-one for 2 points. Watch this fake by Roger Brown. It leaves Willie Wise watching from the floor. The defense double teams Nedelicki. Roger Brown's left free. Home run, Indiana. Considered to be the fastest player in basketball on the dribble, Mac Calvin takes it all the way with a change of pace move. Working on the outer perimeter, Keller's pass finds Fred Lewis open. Craig Raymond counters with a perfectly executed pivot shot. Bill Keller, a rookie from Purdue, is directing the Indiana offense. This pass finds Mel Daniels free. He makes the shot, then goes down hard. With time running out, and Indiana leading 107-105, the Stars look for a last shot. Merv Jackson's the man, and he connects from the corner to send Game 5 into overtime. play off the tip-off. Merv Jackson delivers again. Then Bob Nedelicki makes a big play for the Pacers. Hitting the inside shot, he draws a foul, and 7-foot Craig Raymond is out of the game. Mac Calvin controls the ball for the Stars, scoring on a jump shot off the face. Calvin's counterpart with Indiana, Bill Keller, drives deep for a shot. He gets through, but it's blocked by Tom Washington, and the ball is back to Los Angeles, with Calvin hitting again from the corner. Soon after, Mac Calvin's foul shots ice Game 5 for the Stars. Final score, 117-113. Indiana now leads 3-2. Among the entourage flying back to the West Coast for the 6th and what would be the deciding game were ABA Commissioner Jack Dolph on the right and League Publicity Director Bert Schultz. This was the last time the Stars would be at the sports arena. Next year in their new home, the Utah Stars expect to challenge again for the ABA title. Roger Brown hit early for a three-pointer. Before the game was over, he would connect on a record 7. The Stars continued their fast-breaking offense with George Stone taking it all the way. Roger Brown, on the way to a 45-point game, gave Indiana another field goal with a perfect display of one-on-one basketball. Impossible to stop, Brown took advantage of every shooting opportunity. Another home run. And Indiana's big men, like Bob Nedelicki, were very much in the game. The Stars moved the ball on the outside to set up pivot man Craig Raymond for a fadeaway shot. When Roger Brown gets the ball, there's no indecision. On a switch hand dribble, he takes it to his spot. Home run, Indiana. George Stone, who scored 28 points in Game 6, drives on the Indiana defense. The Pacers and Stars traded scores. Fred Lewis connects for Indiana. Then George Stone comes back with the bomb. Guard Tom Thacker came off the bench to score 11 points for Indiana. And the Pacers held a 7-point lead at the end of the first quarter. To get back in the game, the Stars continued to go to George Stone on the outside. Mac Calvin's quick hand saved the ball. And then, as he's done so often, Calvin gets free for the shot. Calvin's ability to move the ball inside left George Stone in position for another three-pointer. And the Stars have the lead. But another spectacular play by Roger Brown before the half sent Indiana to the locker room, leading by a point. In the third quarter, Bill Keller fakes the defense inside, then hits the home run. But Indiana's offense was almost entirely Roger Brown. One play turned the game. On this inside shot by Mel Daniels, Craig Raymond turns an ankle, and the Stars center is out for the last 19 minutes of Game 6. Shaking free of an attempted steal, Tom Thacker was in position to connect for three. With the Stars now in front, Merv Jackson hits. Then Calvin and Washington set up George Stone. He does it again. The Stars led by 2 at the end of the third quarter. But the question was, could they hold without Craig Raymond? Double team, Bob Nedelicki set up Fred Lewis for 3 of his 18 points. Now the Pacers were on the move as Fred Lewis hit again. The individual matchup of Bob Nedelicki and George Stone got rough.
Hey. Come on, Bobby. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I didn't see it. I didn't see what happened. Look at his head. You're saying they play for...
With Indiana up by 7, the Stars looked again to Stone's great outside shot. Unable to get free, Stone sets up Bob Warren. And the biggest crowd ever to watch the Stars in Los Angeles was hopeful. But Roger Brown and the Pacers smelled the roses. They were in command. Roger Brown, on the way to a record 7 home runs, delivers again. The Stars were now forced to go after points fast. It works with Bob Warren. Indiana's lead was cut to 4. After Fred Lewis missed an easy inside shot, the Stars came back to it in striking distance on a tap-in by Tom Washington. Maybe they could do it. Now the score was tied 107-107. And this time, Lewis delivered to give Indiana a 2-point advantage. Bob Nedelicki watches as Roger Brown sinks 2 free throws in the closing seconds. Indiana led 111-107. That's how it ended. 2 straight years, the Pacers had been to the final series. Now they were American Basketball Association champions.